Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to another Morning View show. Everybody smash that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you haven't done so already. And all of the news is starting to news. We're in silly season already. Transfer season already. Transfer View has not begun. It hasn't. It doesn't start till, I don't know, June the 1st? When is it actually officially open?
Yes, it's June 1st. Because it opens twice, isn't it? There's two, it opens twice, yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway, it don't start right now anyway. It don't start on the 24th of April. But for Man United and the last week since we lost against Wolves, actually, really, it's so not even a full week. It's just gone into overdrive regarding who Man United will and will not be pursuing. And the one and only David Ornstein yesterday has rubbished reports that Osimhen is going to come to Man United. Don't argue with us. Listen, I have to say this now. Do not argue with us. This is David Ornstein, live NBC in front of a mic. Not even misquoted through, well, he technically didn't say that on that podcast. What the aggregators... No. We're going to cross over to David Ornstein live at the Emirates for an update on Manchester United. It's there.
Yeah.
Owen, what is the news?
Well, and David Ornstein, he's no mug. He's tier one, and he hangs out with fellow tier ones, right there.
Well, I mean, Owen, who's your sources? Who's your sources? And when you're there next to David Ornstein like that, it kind of just sums it all up, really, doesn't it?
Just hangs out with award winners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Award winners.
How many awards can you get in one photo, mate? So
yeah, exactly. Look at KG's face, by the way.
I know he looks very serious. Very, very
proper wide-eyed. Yes, on Victor Osimhen, this one looks like it's not happening because, according to David Ornstein, like I said on NBC Sports yesterday, he said Victor Osimhen is not on the agenda at Manchester United. Now, if you want the actual specific quotes, I've got that for you as well. He was talking about us going for Liam Delap, talking about us going for Cunha, and our priority to sign attacking players this summer. But he also then said, if Manchester United looks for other strikers, I'm sure it will not be Victor Osimhen. He will not be on the agenda for Manchester United. Now, that is pretty definitive, isn't it? That's as definitive as get. That's David Ornstein, on-hub settings, logging on early, might have a bit of a problem, and saying, no, it's not happening. And if David Ornstein's willing to go on TV, like you said, and say, it's not on the agenda. It's not.
He does not stick his neck. Listen,
I don't think that will happen. Then you go, it's not happening. Then is it?
Well, people talk about they want, credible journalists to be saying stuff. Well, it's hearsay. We all agree that Ornstein is the most credible in the game. This side of Europe or this side of the world, for sure. He doesn't also speak for the sake of speaking. That's what I really do love about David Ornstein. There's no engagement farming for him. He only speaks if there is actual news. When he tweets the sirens and stuff. And whether that be deal sealed and signed for X player or team is working on this deal. Fact. This is happening right now in the background, or this is what this team wants. So he's very well versed. I don't need to gas up David Ornstein. We all know how reputable it is. So just watch out now for any spin, not real, just trying to taper down the expectation of the fans so we don't get excited for Osimhen when really spin. I want Victor Osimhen. I want him. But I'm not going to try to create a thing in my mind because that's the agenda that I want. My agenda in my head is I want an experienced striker. And I know Osimhen is somewhat available. Maybe not to us with our budget, but he's available for transfer, right? So as a fan, I'm like, I don't know, man. If there's just a way, just try. I know the wage structure. I know it's crazy, but just get him. I want that. But when David Ornstein says he's not on the agenda, I ain't going to be like, no. That's just been fed to him because, I've refused to believe that. It's spin. Get your head out of the clouds, mate. Get your head out of the clouds. Ornstein said it, mate.
Yeah, well, this is what I was talking about yesterday in the Morning View, that if you look at all of the reporting that we've seen over the last week, and this is even before Ornstein said all of that stuff yesterday, it's quite clear, isn't it, that
it's really clear.
Really clear that Liam, Delap, and Cunha, they're the ones that we're going for, and a lot of work has already been done in going for them.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get both as well. You have to say that as well.
But you look at who's reporting it, and then meanwhile, with this Osimhen stuff, who is reporting all of that? Who has been reporting all of that? And it's the stuff that you get where you go, well, I'm not going to get too carried away with that one because it's like, these are really well in the know in Turkey, or these are really well in the know in Italy, and you go, oh, okay, but I'm not really, going to jump on that. I'm not going to really go into that. We'll see what happens. And then if David Ornstein says it's not happening, then it's not happening. And I think now this is when it gets back to, I think we as fans, and we should have learnt this definitely over the last season, but certainly over the last few transfer windows, we'd have to protect ourselves. Right? Protect your own sanity, protect your own mind, because if you continue believing we are going to get Victor Osimhen, inevitably, when we don't, you will be angry. you will be angry. So it's almost worth letting the anger out now, isn't it? It's almost worth letting the anger out now, going, all right, like you said, Flex, you're at the settings where you're like, well, I hope that we would have done that. But now I've got to get to the point where I go, okay, well, we're not going to do that. Not to the point where I go, I thought we were going to do that because XYZ told me it was likely going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we've got to wrap our heads around it now going, yeah, that one's not going to happen. And then if somehow it does happen, it can be pleasantly surprised by it. But there's never really been any credible links, really. Even when that thing came out the other day from the Mirror, it was like, well, it's still the Mirror. You know what I mean? It's still,
it wasn't. It wasn't. Disco. What's his name? Disco Dave. Disco Dave.
Dave McDonald, wasn't it? Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
it
was.
Disco Dave.
It was kind of like, well, and it was.
But that's where this really stemmed from. When we had the two contrasting reports, you had Chris Wheeler saying, not that.
And sort of Dave McDonald was sort of going, well, he could be available for 40 million, and who wouldn't want to go for 40 million, Victor Osimhen kind of thing? And you go, right, okay. So are we going for it? Well, we don't really know if that's really, but it's a good opportunity, isn't it? And he goes, so we're not really going for him, are we? Well, it could be available. He's available in the summer. You go, not really happening then, is it? So, and I'm like you, bloody hell. I would hope that we'd get Victor Osimhen, but I'm now having to sort of go, right, it's not happening. David Ornstein said it.
Yeah, I mean, Ash says, guys, obviously it all depends on Champions League as well. I think Delap is more realistic, but other teams may go for him. That's true. I believe that. However, Lil Yo-Yo makes a good point here, though, Owen. Andy Mitten also said we are looking at an expensive striker. So there was defo interest. And that is a good point that Andy Mitten did say that. Andy Mitten is definitely reputable as well. He doesn't speak for no. He's not in there for clicks and likes and views.
No.
He only
did
speaks.
He say Victor Osimhen, though?
Exactly. We obviously don't know. We haven't heard of any other strike. The Gyökeres thing has kind of gone away. We haven't heard about Sesko. Obviously, we haven't heard about Isak. Expensive strike. So what we're doing is just marrying up the dots, and maybe that's a thing that Andy Mitten has to clarify of who he meant. He obviously didn't want to say who, but if you're doing a process of elimination again, because Osimhen's available and it's the name on the tip of everyone's tongue, you just marry it up that's what he means. United are looking at him. And look, listen, maybe up until, and this is what we have to remember also about transfers all the time, because I think we want all the journos who are reporting, whether it's tier 1, tier 2, whatever we do our tiers, we want them to have 100% strike rate, 100% hit rate. And they will tell you themselves when they explain to you how these things work. At the time they bring out said information, that is currently the latest. In transfers, things always change. Always. Things always have the ability to change. They don't always change. Sometimes they stay the same and what happens. Sometimes they take a complete U-turn. I sat with Ben Jacobs when he was pretty much breaking the story, there or thereabouts, that we're working on a deal for Kienda. It's just about structure of payment. And we all pretty much from that moment, and others, not just Ben Jacobs, but he was big on it. We all sort of went, makes sense. Ruben's going to get him. He'll be here next year, this, that, and the other. And through the night, we woke up to Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. I think he said it first. Chelsea, signed, sealed, delivered. Done. So there are things that change. And if we're looking at Osimhen, the only way it can change is if Man United do, I don't know, maybe Cunha deal collapsed and there was more money we didn't even realize we had, or maybe there was an unexpected sale. Maybe we did get the Casemiro wages off the books as well as somebody else we weren't expecting. Things do happen. Things do change. But as of now, when David Ornstein says that currently Man United ain't looking at that, they're looking at this, doesn't mean it can't change and Ornstein's a fraud. But that's what it's now.
I remember in Eric Ten Hag's first summer, because you were in the room too. I remember we got information at the time being like, "Yep, fee's been agreed for Frankie De Jong. That's you know, we're happy with this, you know." And we were like, "Fuck, this is happening."
And they did actually agree a fee. They did.
Yeah, and I think even David Ornstein put out the article at that time going, Man United have reached an agreement with Barcelona for Frankie De Jong, and we're like, "Hey, what's happening?" Just turns out Man United hadn't done what normal clubs would do at the time, is make sure something's agreed with the player. Does the player actually want to come to Man United? Hadn't worked that out, you know, hadn't done that. But like, you know, like you said, they were very convinced at the time, right? You know, fine, right, we're good with Frankie De Jong. It's happening. And didn't happen in the end, did it? So who's to say that something might not change? There's still a long time to go. And like you said, football's a funny game. Last year, Osimhen was going to either Chelsea or Saudi. He ended up going to Galatasaray because neither move happened. So there could be twists and turns. But to me, I would say at a minimum, it looks like United are moving forward with the idea of, well, we feel we can definitely get Cunha and Delap done early and sort of sealed up early. Who's to say that stuff might not happen in the future and then Osimhen might become a real one? But definitely, those two are the ones that they're pushing forward with. And to be honest, and this kind of goes into a little bit of the Delap stuff in a bit, but I already feel quite bad for Delap. I feel quite bad for him because just seeing it in the chat there, you know, I can see one that, you know, that and, you know, etc. I just think if he did have a bit of a slow start at Man United, I just think it's going to be like, I told you, rubbish, awful, you know. And I'm just, is he being set up to fail a little bit already because we were linked with Osimhen kind of half-heartedly, and then we'll get to like, because frankly, any striker apart from Osimhen would be a disappointment now, because Victor Osimhen's, you know, got pedigree, won Serie A. Napoli won Serie A on the back of his him scoring goals. They got to a Champions League semi-final of him scoring goals. And now it's just like, well, any striker we get, isn't it going to be a case of, oh, that's disappointing. That's disappointing that Man United have bought that striker. And I don't know. And as KG said, you don't want to Xerxes it. We were all guilty of that earlier on this season, weren't we? Of going, rubbish. Now we're all actually he's all right. You know,
yeah,
maybe
we do have to have an
maybe should have got more, but he's all right. But I don't know. I can already see that being a thing in the future.
Yeah.
If in the first like 5 games of next season, like either he hasn't scored or whatever, then it'll be should have got Osimhen. And it's like,
of course. AK says, swear Kevin Gary said you'll get all 3. And sometimes we do have to take responsibility. I say we because he was on our platform, but KG said that on the Flexing KG show. He said, we're getting all 3. He took his laptop out, went in his sources. He says, mate, I'm been with Ornstein, I'm tier 1, etc., etc. KG did exactly, and it's interesting listening to you say all of what you said in the first 14 minutes of the show, Aaron, because KG has done all of the things that you were talking about not doing. He did them on Tuesday, bro. He said to us, I said, so what do you think to that, KG? Like, I just presented him the news that the Mail's saying this and the Mirror's saying this, you know, contrasting reports, etc., etc. He said, wait a minute, goes off, gets his laptop, looks at it, pretends to be going in his contacts, goes, getting all 3, mate. He says, we're getting all 3. And that's what he said. So at the same time, Owen, do we have obviously, I know KG doesn't speak for all of us, but he is on the platform, United View. do we need to not talk out of both sides of our mouth? Because obviously we have this type of show where we're saying, listen, let's taper expectations here. Let's, be realistic. But KG the comedian he has very publicly a big show, Flexi KG show. He said, getting all free.
This is what KG will do. You know what I mean? He will say stuff that initially starts as a joke, and then he will believe it himself eventually. Yeah. And then he'll get annoyed because he started to believe his own bullshit, after a while. He said, what does he say? Cobby's leaving. Cobby's definitely leaving.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Cobby's definitely leaving. I was trying to think of other things that he said in the past. He's had a few. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
empty the bank for Anthony. Just.
Yeah. Well, no, we didn't spend enough. We didn't spend enough. For
yeah.
Anthony.
Oh, yeah. Didn't spend enough. Yeah.
Didn't spend enough.
So, yeah, he has his moments. Yeah.
So,
super chats here. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh.
You switched us. That's what
sorry. Pressed the wrong button there.
Look at Flex. This is Flexnology.
Press the wrong button.
He clicks buttons and he clicks things by accident. Those
ones there. Because I went to go to the super chat and accidentally clicked that. Joe Fleming. Yeah, sorry. Says, I don't get what this new super chat target thing is for. It's for reaching targets on super chats. Just to set a little goal for everybody. That's what it's for. You know what I'm saying? It could be to exclusively reveal something. It could be just because. It could be anything. It could be anything you want. Anything you want, Joe. Bobby G says, morning peeps. Happy Thursday. Big up to you, Bobby. And Court Star says, Flex, as a representative of the Reckless delegation, we need to see you on KG's #1 selector. Yeah, he told me that. I am going to go on there at some point. Probably when the season's done. It's a little bit quieter. But I will be on there, beating whoever I come up against. So there's no problem with that. Deji Fleck, as Joshua says. Bobby G. Machiavelli says, I believe we've signed a player when they're holding up the shirt with the yellow banner. Ain't believing nothing, mate, until that player is signed, sealed, and delivered. Nem Green, been a member for 19 months. Big up to you. Says, Wagwan Boys, was going to say yesterday, Ornstein news was coming, but the show ended, LOL. Europa's so important, and Rashford's sale. This money is going to be spent wisely. Big up to you, Nem Green. Yeah, thank you. We got the news in the end. Actually, I want to apologize to someone got timed out yesterday because we thought they were reporting fake news. What happened was, you lot were there in the chat. Who was it? Or you might even be there in the chat, whoever it was. They put Ornstein Bomber sirens. I said, is this lies? What's going on? But I went straight to his Twitter. I said, well, he hasn't tweeted anything. He ain't tweeted anything. I didn't say ban him. I was like, is that fake? We'll give it a few. We'll wait and see. But I think it was Manjikusha. One of the mods just banned him straight away. No, timed him out. Was it Simon McGill? Got timed out for no reason. That was really bad. And then, like, as the show was going on towards the end, it was like, said it on NBC, and he's actually saying it. So yeah. Wow. Yeah, Manjikusha went straight in there, timed him out, rude. Straight in. But also, one of the things he did say, obviously about Cunha and Delap, but it did allude to the fact that, and someone else spoke about this earlier in the chat, that right now they're trying to keep hold of Onana. They want to see if he touched on the fact that hopefully Onana can turn it around because he wasn't on the agenda to actually change. So really, what that shows is that if we do end up trying to change him, it could significantly hurt what we're trying to really do, because obviously Onana started going up the list, didn't he? So yeah, that I find interesting to see how that's going to pan out.
I don't. I was just thinking, Flex. I'm going to try and call KG. And I just want to see what his reaction to all of this is, actually, because he's, like you said, he said some things.
Yeah, and he loves Osimhen. Yeah, he loves him.
Yeah. Wonder if he'll answer.
Hello, mate. This is KG, SJA winner. You all right?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned SJA winner.
He's definitely been listening.
Sir David Ornstein, went on NBC. Said
his friend took a picture of him.
Your friend, fellow SJA winner,
Good friend of mine, yeah.
Said that Osimhen's not on the agenda. So I just wanted to sort of get your reaction to that because, I mean, I heard just about 48
second,
hours
just
ago
gonna get my laptop.
on Flexing
Just gonna
KG.
get my laptop.
On
Yeah, just get my laptop.
Flexing
1
KG,
second.
you said we were getting all free. So it's just what's happened there?
All right, so just get my laptop quickly.
Yeah.
At the moment,
Yeah.
Ask him who he's looking at on the laptop. Who's he?
A little bit.
Um,
Hold on 1 second.
I'm a bit concerned you're looking at your laptop because you've got a history of buying computers with nothing inside them. You know, a bit like
I'm just typing. Just typing.
All right.
What's he typing? What's he typing in? What are you typing in?
Words. I'm just checking with my sources.
Yeah.
I can confirm that Ornstein is right. That's no longer on the Man United agenda at this moment in time.
Yeah, you're confirming he's right. So that would mean that would mean that you're wrong.
No, because we basically us SJ winners have to stick together. He's gone out on a limb and said that, and all I can do is support her.
You went out on a limb.
I was gonna say, did he go out on a limb?
You went out on a limb.
Listen, I would still say, as Florentine Plettenberg, he likes to drop stuff and delete it, post and delete. They call it.
Oh, that's a bit of a sideswipe at Florian Plettenberg, isn't it? There was no need to bring him into that.
Well, I think why not? Really,
he did do that.
A bit like you saying we were going to get Osimhen. Why not? Why not? Really? So.
Well, no. At the end of the day, at that moment in time.
At the end of the day, that moment in time.
That moment in time. And I saw you like the the tweet when I was crying about not getting Osimhen. I thought that was really petty of you, by the way.
Is that what you did, Owen? Is that what you did?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
You like the tweet
when I
of him?
tweeted that thing about I was really sad about not getting Osimhen, and he liked it. And I thought,
did I do that?
Oh, and you bastard. Us Africans are taking it really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
This is really bad news. And again, obviously, journalistic integrity is very.
I was going to say, KG, because I haven't actually liked any tweets since April 21st. I haven't liked anything for 3 days. So he just made that up.
Oh, he's made it.
So what Owen liked it?
So he just made that up. Yeah.
Or have you been hacked, Owen?
Really? I was like, Owen, why would you like that? Owen, I was cussing behind your back.
Yeah.
But I take that. I want to apologize for that as well. We're not getting him, are we?
Well, yeah, we're not getting it.
We're finished. We're actually in trouble. This is actually quite serious. I'm really sad. Are you in the StreamYard?
We're in the StreamYard, yeah.
I'm pulling up.
All right.
See you in a bit.
He's on his way.
He's in all sorts of bother.
Do you look at him? He was just throwing different
just
lies out there. Yeah.
So you didn't like that?
I was going to say because I don't really like that much on Twitter. So
yeah,
I was
so
like, I
decided to add. So he told himself that, and then proceeded to cuss you behind your back, like when you weren't there.
Yeah,
bring it up now. Yeah. Then you said I
Yeah.
didn't do that. He went, oh, okay, I want to apologize for that as well. Then
yeah,
what a bad.
Yeah.
This is an all-time bad run. He's on.
Yeah,
he's on a bad run. Tuesday, he's telling us we're getting all free. Wednesday, he's saying that likes are happening and they're not. Thursday, he's apologizing for everything. Like this is an all-timer. This is a bad run he's on. Yeah. Bad run. Andy H been a member for 33 months. Says bit late to this, but big up yourself for the SJA award. Not keeping dreams, stay dreams. Not keeping dreams, stay dreams. Yeah. You guys continue excel day by day. Also, we should go for Mateta. I was going to message you yesterday. Thank you for that, Andy H, as well, by the way. Yes. Hold on. There you go. Since you're a little bit late to the party. There you go. SJA. Big up to you, Andy, for the love. I was going to message Owen because Owen's a big fan of Mateta. And also, Owen, make sure you keep that energy as well. We might not be in for Mateta. We might not be getting him. So if we don't get angry. Don't get angry.
No, I'm not going to.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
follow your advice. I'm sure
scored yesterday because he's terrible.
He scored a wicked goal. That goal,
rubbish, isn't he? Not good. He's not good enough for Man United. Not good enough because he comes from Palace. It's not good enough.
That goal was a serious goal.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Also, Arsenal getting a little bit complacent with Saliba. in a couple of games, without Gabriel holding his hand, and they starting to Odegaard there. The fans on him a little bit. Is that of it? Nah, or just when they
favourites win the Champions
raise
League. Favourites win the Champions League, mate.
Yeah, they raise it for the big
Favourites.
games. I think they just don't care about league.
Favourites win the Champions League, apparently, so they'll be fine, no problem. You know,
Barcelona, mate. I dare to leave it to play like that against Dembele and them, man. Do that against Kvaratskhelia, see what happens. So, yeah, interesting. D Witness says, gents, there is a nasty Ugarte agenda building up. Seemingly, he's the new scapegoat. Personally, I think he's brilliant at what he does. Am I bugging? I don't think you're bugging. He's brilliant at what he does. Well, he's got top stats in the area of which he excels in, so you have to agree with that. I just think it's okay to be measured about Ugarte. I think he does that side of the game well, and the other side of the game not so well. So you just got to make sure you don't misprofile him and build the right set of ingredients around him, and he can be a good player, I think. I just don't think overgas him, but I don't think under like the agenda of he shit, terrible, worst 50 million we've spent or 40 something million. You know, Show makes his feelings clear. He says it's not an agenda. He's an average player who we wasted 45 million on. Could you get someone like, Ugarte for less than 45 who can, run around, win the ball back, etc., etc.? Maybe. Lil Yo says good squad player, but is limited. In the top team, he's a squad player, in my opinion. I can see that. I agree with that. I'll be real. I don't think he's top draw. He's definitely not top draw for me. But I don't understand like the proper big hate. Like he's the worst I've ever seen. Get him out. Do you know what I mean? I just think for the money that we've got, I would have wanted someone with more to their game than just the one thing. But at the same time, I have to hold my hands up. We were after someone who could get around the pitch, get after people, and win the ball back at the same time. But we kind of went too far that way. Oh, he's no better than Jefferson Lerma, his show. So I mean, he was there and he's taking himself out. KG's yeah.
Well, I realised that he was on his way, and then I realised that we don't necessarily have like the boxes for that. So I've just
oh right, okay.
I'm just doing a lot of
making
fix it work. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. No problem. I can fix it.
Well, we're not looking for a destroyer by trade. Yeah, we were, Michael. We were, which is why you can't blame them for going out and getting a player of that type. But I don't know. The other side of the game, he just needs a bit of work. Oh wait, I can't bring him in yet. I'll let you do it because.
Yeah.
It'll
be fine.
Fine. It'd be easier if you do it. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute.
Just
Owen doing the Lord's work, mate. He is bare clicks
behind the scenes.
He's doing the mad Doctor Strange thing. He's just moving things.
I'm moving. Things are moving around, and getting them in the right places that they need to get.
Export, right. Upload that there, right. Put that there.
Right. Needs to put
add KG there. Yeah.
Right, so
in the thingy. There you go.
Yeah.
Move that thingy over.
With the what you call it in the thing. If I switch to this,
Strange in the background,
and then flex, I'll move him a little bit like that.
Yeah,
he goes here.
Yeah, just over to there.
Update, save, flex.
Live. This is live editing. This is live. We bring this to you live.
Add a camera.
Live graphic. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Duplicate and then
pressure's on. Oh, wait a minute.
move over. Move over like this.
Hold on.
I was trying to reverse time.
Bring a sound in. Is it sounding right? Bring that into the universe.
I got breaking news. I got breaking news.
What is it?
We're not getting Osimhen. My sources are telling me.
You made Owen do all of that.
Wait.
No, wait a minute.
Wait. Guys, I've been Owen very talented. Yes, very talented. I have been mourning. Me, the rest of the African community was thinking about wearing masks on watch-alongs. We are not going that way. And you know what? I blame myself. I blame all the other ITKs in the nose. Because we said that he was. What about Fabrizio? If you're gonna hold me to the fire, what about big man like Fabrizio that said, you know what, like Man United want him? There's interest there. Now, not on the agenda. Who's writing the agenda? Who's responsible for that? This is the questions that we need to ask.
So it's Fabrizio's fault. You're coming in here and blaming Fabrizio. Is that
and myself? Because again, as a winner, as a because we're talking about reputation of the channel, and I brought the channel to disrepute with saying we're getting all free. I think that's what I said.
You said we're getting all free, 100%. Yes, did you? Yes, you absolutely did. You stood on it.
You also said I liked a tweet that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Yeah, you lied about that too.
Yeah.
So you did a lot of lying at the moment.
Yeah. I don't want to be in the Custis. Do you know what? I've never wanted to model myself off no Custis, talking about shirts that people are going to wear and players are saying buy. And at the moment, I think I've really stitched myself up at the moment, but I can bring it back and tell you guys, Cunha is happening.
So you're trying to... So that's not really...
Man United are very serious about Matthias Cunha.
Right. So are you as per in? It sounds like a bit like an as per
Ornstein yesterday. Cunha is, but we will look at players like Diblin. I'm hearing Diblin and Semenyo if we don't go for Cunha.
Can I ask you a question? So have you just watched the David Ornstein update and just basically come to repeat what he said? Because that sounded basically like what he said. But you're saying it after.
What's the difference of me and Fabrizio? As per.
Well, yeah, but you're not admitting that you're doing as per.
Millions of followers, millions of followers. You know what I mean?
As per David Ornstein on NBC News. Yeah.
Cunha to United is old news, says Old Trafford TV. It's not really.
It hasn't signed yet. As far as I'm concerned, it's new news, mate.
Well, there was, there's some stuff on it. You know what I mean? There was David Ornstein saying Manchester United's priority this summer is attack. Cunha is the main focus for the number 10 position, and Liam Delap is the top striker target. Yeah. The finances are in place for United to do that. Yeah, he's listening to good. Yeah. The finances are in place for United to do deals that they want to do that will not depend on European football or sales. Fabrizio did tweet this morning saying Manchester United maintain optimism for the Cunha deal as the club feels he really wants to move. Champions League football is not expected to be a factor, with Cunha keen on the move, as Man United would be ready to pay £62.5 million clause in instalments if Wolves approve. Talks to continue. There's also been a report coming out from Brazil this morning saying that the negotiations are done. From, how would you say this? Raiza Simplicio. Now, with a last name that is Simplicio, that feels like that translates to like simple, doesn't it?
Simple,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would make sense.
But says negotiations for Matthias Cunha to join Manchester United this summer are done. United have an agreement in place for the Brazilian to join Old Trafford and will pay £62.5 million. It is expected to be completed before the transfer window opens.
Again,
there's a lot going on.
A lot's going on, man. Wait, honestly, guys.
KG, do you think it's spin? Is this spin? I wanted to ask you that as well.
Spin.
Nah, because obviously you wanted Osimhen. Because what I was saying is I wanted Osimhen. I want us to get a top level striker, but we obviously have the agendas in our head. So when the news isn't what we want to hear, it is easy to sort of suggest that someone like David Ornstein, no, just been told that so that the fans, no, it's just spin. It's not really true. Do you feel that there's any spin going on here, or do you genuinely believe like what Ornstein's saying? It's like it's just not what United are trying to do.
It's over, man.
So this is not spin.
It's not spin, man, because he doesn't. Ornstein's not that kind of player. He hasn't shown himself to be that type of guy. Like
he's not a spinner.
Serious. He's not a spinner. Do you know what I mean? Like he's far away from anything like that. He's one of those guys that when he comes out and speaks, we can take it as the gospel. That's why he's different. You wait for him or Fabrizio. But I think his one, would you say he's just a little bit above? It's like the Messi Ronaldo of like transfer news. When you hear him speak, you go, all right, cool. It's done.
Yeah.
You know what I
100.
mean? Like,
You have to. That's
he's
what.
probably
I
gonna
think
go.
I think he breaks more exclusives, I would probably say, than Fabrizio. But Fabrizio's got like the good because Fabrizio is the transfer guy, isn't he, specifically? Whereas Ornstein's a bit more of an all-rounder, isn't he? But Fabrizio is like the transfer guy that when you get the here we go, and when you get the graphic of the player in the shirt, you go, all right, I guess this is really happening.
He's a good
You know
finisher.
what I mean?
He's a good finisher.
But what's Fabrizio's rate of here we go out the blue? But I think his hit. I think he's built up the thing. The initial here we go is like until he says it ain't happening. So he built that up.
Yeah.
But then the more recent ones have been like big transfers that we all know. But then he might be the first to break the here we go. But some of the here we goes, there's still an as per in there.
Has he fallen off?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Transfer wise, has he fallen off? The as pers. Has he? Wait, because the out the blue goals, the out the blue like
they've decreased. They've decreased a bit. Ornstein comes, like Owen said, Ornstein comes here with more breaking news. Like, and it's a more all rounder because he will do the whole thing like consortium set to buy Everton at like breaking, like didn't really know that, or all rounder.
So and so starts for like every time during the World Cup or the Euros, he'll be like, so and so starts for England today. And you go, oh bloody hell, he does. There's a lot of different stuff.
He's lost a yard of transfer pace, bro.
Oh, they're saying Fabrizio's a 10. He's a link up man. Ornstein's that. He's the box player, bro.
Nah, bro. He creates his own goals. Create his own goals in good weather.
Retweet, man.
In the weather. Well, I'll put a poll. Who is the transfer goat? Is it Fabrizio or is it David?
Well, I
think Ornstein's leading that right now.
It's going to be even a hard, like I said, raw. But then, do you know who had a late resurgence as well? Damasio. Remember, he was like Fabrizio's goat before, and then after, I don't know, he just broke away from him. Damasio started breaking big news.
Yeah, again. Fabrizio kind of took the mantle from him.
Yeah. And we started believing into Damasio had a good run last season. And then now we
there's levels, isn't there? There's levels. Yeah. It's those two you feel like, isn't it?
Could be a Ben Jacobs in it. Just there.
Ben Jacobs, best newcomer.
Yeah. Or most improved. Most improved.
Yeah, because he just came through and just built up the process. Definitely. But
we need someone like this summer. But let's have it right though, because obviously we complain about a lot. Yeah, we do get in our complaining bag. Happy about Man United doing business early, or should we be doing that because we're bloody 14th and we shouldn't get credit for doing the jobs?
I remember.
There is a bit of that. There is a bit of that.
I remember when. Do you remember the Ten Hag's first summer? And I remember it was Flex and myself were quite calm, going, "Oh, we'll get the players in, And I remember you at the time, were going, "No, we're not doing it quick enough. We're not doing it quick enough." And in fairness to you, look how it ended. You could say, "Look, we ended up with doing the Casemiro Anthony stuff because we left it so late and we panicked and etc. etc." So I think it's a bit of both, isn't it? I think people are happy that we're doing business early because we need to do business early. We're 14th. You would hope after the shit show that's been this season, get players in, try and fix it. But as is always the case, if it's not a player it's not players that people like or want, then we're always going to want to have more, aren't we? We're always going to I think people are looking for that big Osimhen-esque statement, big name signing, even though we've done big name signings in the past and that hasn't worked for us. So clearly we're trying to sort of move away from that and go towards these sort of Premier League people. Like I said earlier on, I do Paul Merson settings for Liam Delap. I worry for him. But just because I feel like there's already been a large decision made on him from a lot of people that he's not going to be good enough. And inevitably, if he has a bit of a slow start, or even like pre-season, like sometimes we're all waiting for that first game in pre-season with the new signing. Heaven forbid he misses a chance or two, and it'll be, told you, mate, it's not good enough. He's not good enough.
Well, and also we're jumping the gun. Like this guy might not even choose us. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So we're doing all this like, good enough here. He might not choose us. Like when you look at everyone talking about Delap, including people like Ornstein, they're saying he will have options in the summer. He's going to get to do. He
Even
wants
the
it sorted
Cunha
out
one.
before the under-21. You know what I mean? We have to
Even
wait.
the Cunha one. Even the Cunha one, I'm a bit like, I spoke about this yesterday too. Like, I do feel like there is already a narrative being made about him in the sense that walking stat's been brought up. Oh, he gets sent off all the time, which he doesn't. But that's now a thing. Oh, he's got really bad discipline problems, and he's arguing with people on social media, and you just feel like, it's like the seeds are already being planted. The analogy I used, KG, was we're in episode 1 of the season, right? And the seeds have already been planted for the finale, 25 episodes down the line of eventually when he does start walking for Man United. Told you, always works, or gets a red card. Told you this is why we shouldn't do the signing. And you sort of go, are we already starting to sort of put these things out there already? Is that what we're doing?
Can we, like, the main thing is, can we get like the sounds?
What did you just do to your?
I know it stopped working
Turned it
out.
off.
Just salvage it. I tried to salvage it from before. From when you started talking to me the first time, I don't know what's going on. It just disconnects.
You got the top mic. You got the top soundboard. You got.
I'm telling you right now, the soundboard just disconnects on its own. It's been doing it all yesterday, and it's pissing me off. I don't know if it's getting old. I don't know if it's like it's just done.
But I thought it's the brand. I thought you got the new thing, the wicked.
Nah, I've got the old. I still got the old model. But I'm saying it's still like. So right now, I was gonna try and fix it, but I just didn't want to leave the pod. I didn't want to leave.
They're saying your wires, man. The connections.
It's not even a wire. I think I think it's done. I think this thing's kaput. It's had its day, and it's done. And
just started broadcasting from the toilet.
Well, I've got to I could leave and come back and it'll work. That's the stupid thing about it. It's just fucking stupid. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
KG, the comedian Gary, yeah. Always something. And you lot laugh at me all the time for the Flecknology. And I'm telling you, KG's worse. KG's worse.
You're bad as each other. You're just as bad as each other. I would say
he's worse.
You're just as bad as each other.
He's worse, man.
No,
Every
you're
minute.
bad as
The other day, we started the show the other day. He was like, "Can't hear you. I need to come back. Oh, wait, plug this in. Oh, wait. He was there for like 15 minutes. He didn't have a clue what was going on. Not a clue.
Yeah,
it's worse than me.
You're just as bad as each other. You are.
Nah, KG's worse. I have things that happen.
You'll leave.
But mine are
you'll
easily
leave
solvable.
You'll leave the show and go, click the wrong button, mate. Swipe backwards.
Do a poll.
Well, on the poll at the moment that's there, who is the transfer goat? Ornstein or Romano? Ornstein currently has 56%, Romano 44%. So I think that's probably an accurate representation.
That's just about how he edges it.
Just edges it. Just about edges it. But the new one is going to be who is worse with the Flecknology? Is it KG or is it Fleck?
Well, I feel that's a bit of a leading question because the thing's called Flecknology.
Well, what's the best way to say it then? What's the best way to say it?
Just say who is worse with technology. Just
okay.
I think Flecknology implies that it's definitely me. It's named after me.
Tech.
I think that's a bit.
But the fact that there is like a saying named after you, that is quite a damning.
Well, we just haven't made one for KG because look, there's a black. Last time I checked, there's a black screen where KG's meant to be. So yeah, and the show before, remember, like I said, he came through not having a clue what was going on. Mic wasn't on, then he couldn't hear us. Then we could hear him, but he couldn't hear us. Then his mic was on, then it was off. Are we going to forget all of this stuff?
Right, I've put who is worse with technology. I put Flex, KG, and I've put both the same because that's my opinion. You are both just as bad as each other. Is the one that I'm going.
Who is
with.
more technologically challenged? That probably is the right question to ask.
Yeah, like look, Johnny Quest there. Who started the show muted a couple of days ago?
Who left his stream on for hours afterwards?
You're just as bad as each other.
If KG's been more muted than I have.
Once we just told everyone to pretend that KG was muted and he believed it.
Oh, they've all done it. They've all put both the same, you pricks.
Yeah, because you're both the same.
All right. Well, guess what then? Watch this then. How about this? From this day forward, was it Thursday 24th? You will see no more Flecknology issues from me, and you will continue to see. Today's the day.
You cannot promise that. You cannot promise that.
I just did.
You can.
I just did.
There is no way.
I just did it. I just did it.
All right.
So from
Well,
today
well,
onwards,
all right.
R.I.P. my soundboard.
Nah, come on. He's done the reset. It's not even working. Guys, change the
R.I.P.
thing.
my soundboard. It's gone. It's gone.
He's coming with the. I'm so happy, bro, because you've missed the last 4 minutes. I'm so happy you've entered the chat with that. I'm so glad you've entered, and the first thing you said is RIP soundboard, mate.
But KG Flex just promised from this day forward there'll be no more Flecknology with him.
And I'm already 1-0
promise
up,
that.
and I'm 1-0 up straight away.
Bro, my
Yeah,
soundboard's
immediately.
broken. Is that? Do you lot not care?
Wait, I said from this minute on, I promise you, no more mistakes with me. I'm cool.
I don't think
KG comes in instantly. Do you understand the timing of this? 1-0 up straight already. RIP my soundboard.
Lads, this soundboard goes everywhere. Me, I don't think you
Don't care.
understand.
Don't care. Press that one. Don't care.
Can't.
So how did your mic like get connected to everything?
It's not
Plug it into the
connected.
computer.
Yeah, can you
talking
not
to
just plug it?
No,
Yeah.
I've got an
AJ,
XLR.
yeah, but you've got
Oh,
a
you haven't got the
microphone. Though. You've
cable.
got a really good mic, so you don't have the right equipment. You don't have a.
XLR.
So what you haven't done is basically thought if this fails, I don't have another means to attach this to input into my computer. You don't have a cable for that. Then.
Got like another. I can use the Rode mic thing, the Bluetooth thing, but that's not the point at the moment. My soundboard's broken, guys. Do you think you lot are managing this well?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of shocked because I thought that you had a new one. I thought you got it for Christmas or something. You said you got a new.
Well, I thought this was a new one because
Yeah.
I was gonna buy a new one, and I thought it would just be a waste of money because this one still works.
Oh, so you actually did this on purpose? You chose not to
No,
upgrade?
because it works. I was just getting an upgrade just because I was just being KG, just doing too much.
Yeah.
I thought you had two because there was one which you lost when you were flying somewhere, and then you
This
got that one back.
This is the one that got thingied, and then after it came back to me.
The one that got feed.
This
So
is the
what
one
you lost?
Missing? No, I didn't lose it, guys. They lost my luggage. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the story, right? This
But
one
you had
came
two
back.
then.
Yes, and then after the second, the other one that's still up there, the input doesn't work, but then it passed the warranty. You get a year warranty. I should have done the insurance thing.
Oh, you didn't take it. You didn't.
Wait, so you didn't take it back for a year?
No, I had it. Oh, you lot pissing me off.
If you don't have it for a year, how long?
I had it for a year. I did have it for a year.
Yeah,
And then
you didn't take it back.
Yeah. Well, because the warranty's expired. So when I called them up and I said, "Can you guys help me out?" They said no.
Because you didn't take it back for a year.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Do you know what you lot like parents? You know.
This is. Oh, I'm just sitting here.
But that's true, isn't it? That's true. That's true, isn't it? He didn't take it back for a year.
Because it was still working within warranty time, then it stopped working at the end of that. Oh my god! I don't know why you lot don't understand that.
It wasn't working. Oh, it wasn't working. It stopped working, and then you tried to take it back.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't extend the warranty past the years, and it stopped working.
I didn't hear that.
After a year.
I didn't hear that.
I wasn't trying to bully you. KG, I get what you're saying. My thing, I just want people to just amend the poll because I think there's clear discrepancies, as we can see.
I mean, to be honest, I probably would have I probably would have understood it if his microphone and that was working, but it's not. So that's probably why.
But I am sad for you though, because the soundboard, to be fair, you did. Let's give Craig KG his props. He did birth the soundboard into this space. Or last time I checked, I can't remember any football content creators that were doing it.
Me.
So yeah. So you did birth that. So for you to be without the one thing that you created, that does make me sad. It does. It does. Yeah. So
to be fair, with what KG's been on this morning, with the Osimhen stuff, saying I like the stuff, who's to believe he's telling the truth anyway? You know what I mean? It's probably working fine.
Nah, he said RP. Like I can tell he's upset. He's pissed.
I half expect to tune into KG Reckless Sports this morning, and he's going to be going, "Welcome to the show. Drop a bomb." He'll be dropping a bomb.
I'm praying. I'm gonna take something's wrong because all yesterday I was doing my TikTok show and it was getting in and out. So there is an issue. There's a problem.
Is it between the PC because you use Mac PC
No, I've got
changes
the
software?
I've got the. Oh, I'm so frustrated, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's because you actually do have an issue now. I actually see where you're going with this because this is going to give you stress. You're like, now I need a new.
It's gone to bare countries. This has gone to bare. Flex, you see in the bag, it goes to bare countries.
It goes everywhere. Maybe that's why it's just run its course. Just it's been everywhere, man. It's had a good life. So, actually, it hasn't because this should have been longer than a year, really. So it hasn't had a good.
No, this one's this is super. This one outlived the bloody new version that came out. I went back to the original, bro, and then this one has been holding it.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do now? Just go and get the super duper top thing now? Is that what you gotta do?
I just gotta sit with my thoughts.
You can fix it. You could just fix it, bro. Just go to a little light.
They were shit. I spoke to them last time. They didn't even support me in the first, like on the newer one. I had to go back to the old faithful.
Has this one got warranty? Because you learned from the mistake of not getting warranty on the last one.
First one. Remember the newer version? I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't even think you.
No, the newer version. So I hear that. So that broke before the old one. Yeah.
Basically, the soundboard was looking at you and being like,
"You think you know me?"
I'm not gonna get a pet or anything because you lot. This is how you lot act if I lost like my pet or something really important to me. You would.
Nah,
soundboard's not alive, is it? You know what I mean? It's not a.
Well, it's not because these ones don't work.
Dead, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But listen, I'm sure you'll get it back, bro. I know you. You're a solutions-focused man. Anytime, bro. I've seen you in your Apple AirPods thing. Remember, man went straight on a scooter, straight to the Apple store. I've seen it, bro. I've seen you. I've seen you fix things.
I've got to be this. Let's move on to the next story. Man United versus Bournemouth.
The show's over. It's over.
It's kind of
it's 10. So
a bit like your soundboard. It's just kind of over.
See, that was just. You see what I mean? So that's where it gets. He doesn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. Yeah. Well, are you going live this morning straight after this?
Well, I hope to.
Hopes to. You know what when anything dies, there needs to be an undertaker.
Flex, is that Flex?
Hmm?
We didn't Flex. As a HR, do you think this is acceptable?
I just think it's fair game amongst the group where everyone dishes out, and takes. It's just what happens. I've seen it be done to me, be done to Owen, be done to you. It's just healthy banter between friends, I thought. But if you feel it's excessive, just drop me a message as well. I'll look at it.
Drop your email, yeah.
Yeah, or just ring me.
The door's always open. The door's always open.
The door's always open. My email inbox is always open. If you feel that this has been excessive, then that's you're within your rights to express that, and I'll have a look at it, see what I find. But I don't feel it has been. I feel like there's been loads of times where you laugh at people's things. This is just you're that in that community. You make fun of a lot of people, a lot of stuff. It's literally in the name KG comedian.
Thanks.
That's what you do. But sometimes it can be back at you, and that's just how it goes.
Thanks. All right. Cool.
Yeah. So that's my 2 cents. But yeah, let's get the super chats out before we wrap up. Aaron Prophet says, why didn't big club sign Osimhen last season? Maybe there is something in the background we don't know about. Bad attitude, mate. It's like Cunha. Bad attitude. International says, Rasmus, worst striker of recent history. For us, you mean? It's got to be up there, isn't it? Got to be up there. Because when you look at Zlatan, even Lukaku, Higalo, Cavani, Martial, yeah, that's just the ones off the top of my head. So, yeah. JD United view, day one. Oh, big up to you, 31 months. Says, big up SJA family. I'll be happy with Cunha and Delap, far better than what we got right now. Both can play 10 and 9. Need left centre-back and right wing-back now. interesting. And big up to Sax for the contribution. Big up to you. Right. Big up to everyone watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Subscribe to KG Reckless Sports if you are new there. Subscribe to Owen Wrestling News 36555.
He'll have a show this morning. Yeah, he'll have a show this morning, you know, and without a soundboard, he'd be like, you know, that's what he'd be like.
Mm. And we all know KG. You're right, Joe. Right now, I know KG's mad. Like, he's like, for fuck's sake, I need to fix it. Like, this has pissed me off. But this is, you know, and Owen is, you know, Owen sees the moment there.
Extra stuff. I'm just thinking about my thingy. I need this to work so bad. I don't understand. I knew it was dying yesterday, and it's.
Bro, you can go and get a new one today, bro. You can do it.
Yeah, just make sure that you know the box is full.
I'll just end the fucking show.
Latest people. Wow.